Perfect. So let me go to here. So I'm gonna get this. What the flip? Okay. R. Make it a little bit small. W. A. R. Okay. So I'm gonna go to select square to make the arm. Select square to make the arm. Go to mesh. Click. Click smooth. I'm assuming it means smooth. Proxy. Okay. Oh. Smooth right there. Okay, go from division 1 to division 2. Okay. What the flip? Oh, okay, I see now how it's supposed to look. Alright. Let's go see how this will then come out to be. W. Let's slide it on up. Okay, so line up with side and rotate. Let's hit W. No. Whoa. That's not what I actually meant to do. To just hit E. That's what I essentially want to just rotate that just slightly. Like so. Okay, that's not too bad. So then I have to line up the side. Oh, almost forgot. I have to scale it up now. Let's see. This is. Okay, so. That's it. No, that's not gonna work. Okay. You know what? That's fairly borrow a Lego piece in order to. There's a reason I'm not doing it right. I can try something just to see if exit without saving. So do this thing I just did. Make everything you did, but only go to like the bottom of it. That way it's to the bottom. And do what I did. Alright, okay. I have things to do. I've been sitting on this one piece for like an hour. I don't know what you're talking about. It's my sweater. I've just finished making it. Oh, wait, I threw it to you. Yeah, it isn't your fault. I threw it back to you.
I bet you Morgan was just sitting staring at it like.
That's what you
Don't have to stay. What's in the box? Okay, so I'm gonna go to shading, go to X-ray, go to that. Okay, so then we have to essentially take the scale up, delete bottom half. Okay, so I'm gonna go to here. I think this is perfect.
There's only so many ways you can do this.
You know what? Let me just go to faces instead. You know what? I'm gonna go to sides because trying to actually.
I've never heard Times.
That's the proper name for it.
That is actually the proper name.
Times is
I learned something now.
Okay.
Information.
It's like the little covered part of you want to shoelace when it's called an aglet.
Did you take it out of baptism?
Alright. So then I'm going to want to hit this. What the fuck? Oh, okay, I see what it's doing. Sandwich.
I did exactly a million times. I did exactly as much as you did. We both showed you
Don't get how you do
You get a turn.
Come on. Don't.
Maybe I'll go. Five. We gotta get Kylie, right?
Okay. So take this, line up the slide rotate, select resolute and extrude down.
I need to get
Wait,
do you have a
okay.
printer at your place?
Oh yeah, delete the bottom half. I have to use the. Okay, I have to go up. I believe.
I can't exactly do the art project without it. And I was supposed to bring it in tomorrow, so. That or I only have to keep that thing.
Now.
I swear to God. Alright, okay.
They're not weird compared to what I've been doing.
I know. Thank you for this. Like I said, last night when I was in the zone, I was killing it. Today, that's what was missing. Also,
You need to get a push-up.
Smaller sets of it. It actually looks pretty cool.
It's actually fun, though.
Russian knuckles. But I'm just trying to make it big. That's
As your edge to like I do, click to enter, delete the faces underneath, hit extrude. Second set of highlighted edges, slide wrist over the X. You know what?
This is the main line. I just exported the one. Got it.
Bring my laptop up to him. He will have no other choice but to look at what it is I'm doing. Look, I'm gonna get this session recorded one way or another.
Yeah, I mean, you get the idea of what
And then with my victory,
I did
this and down like the entire thing on the y-axis, and then I tried to do this on the y-axis. How come it's not?
Okay, so you're manually getting rid of this.
Hi.
So when
Yeah, so I'm gonna get some assistance on the arm, the Lego guy arm,
Okay, that's fine.
because I wrote down some notes,
Good. I know. I've actually noticed that. I'm very proud of you for doing that.
and it's doing nothing.
Oh, I doubt that.
Actually, because I got this far, and then I had to stop because there was virtually nothing else I could do. Because
another thing that's great about this mode is you can see when things are upside down.
Marcus?
This one, so you see how it's
it's
all
good I
red.
actually
That you can
because
click
since
the
I
little icon.
got the notes from him, because I know that there are different ways to go about making the arm.
Oh,
So I
there's
was
different
kinda-
ways to do everything.
I understand, but I'm just kind of like a simple person. Like if there's like one way shown to me, I'm just gonna stick with that way because I too many ways to skin a cat. It just
It's a good
no.
way to do it right up front, but as you continue doing stuff, try to learn other ways to do things. That way
Absolutely.
you have multiple ways to attack a problem. Because one way won't always work. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
It's not like building furniture. You can't learn one way to make a desk.
It might not have
Because
been.
yeah, like if you learn just one desk, what if someone gives you a
ran
different
your-
desk? That same method isn't going to work on the new one.
But if you just
Same
do
kind of
that
thing.
area again,
Yeah, I was just hoping to get
it'll
because
attach in there.
I stopped it right up to here. Right up to there. That's
Okay.
where I don't know what else to now
So
do.
you just have to grab the edge loop and extrude off and basically keep going with what we have.
Well, sorry.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean grab the edge?
The edge that you have down here?
Opening
Because you already cut it.
But then-
So now you have to
Yeah,
extrude
here
down
we go.
to build the rest of the
Okay,
arm.
so
Oh,
you
you
mean
see my beautiful candlestick?
just select everything here,
Yeah.
It
Double
makes
click on the
me so
edge.
happy.
I
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
and it doesn't wrap around.
Okay, so you might already have an extrusion there. Let me see.
I mean, an extrusion.
Yeah, so let's go to vertex face mode. Okay, so you have a hole down there. So you're not going to be able to, well, not a hole, you have an ingon in there.
How'd that get there in the first place?
You filled the hole.
How'd I fill the hole?
I don't know. I wasn't here for it.
So, like,
But I just extruded from the top and that was it.
I could do this around. That would be x-axis.
I don't know, man.
Okay,
But you've already
so-
got a face there, so you can just grab that face and extrude the face down instead.
Okay, so wait a minute. Did I cut the wrong way then?
You
Because
have to cut a seam in it.
Yeah, it's facing the wrong direction. So you want to cut it this way.
I deleted the little straw.
So what you can do
because
is just use your rotate tool.
Yeah, that's
And rotate it
you
the other
don't
way.
have to build that thing. I was impressed that you did.
There you go.
I at least got practice with the bridge tools.
Yeah,
Wait,
Even just
honestly,
doing it helps.
everything
I might
you do helps you get better.
touch just a
So
little
even
bit, so it's,
a catastrophe-
that
Yeah,
looks
whatever you're
smart.
happy with. Once it's rotated like you want,
Yeah,
extrude it off that
exactly.
And
direction.
that's why
Okay,
I learned that
So,
camera thing. That's what I learned.
I never
Um,
scoff.
what? Just go
at
to
a failed attempt at anything,
edit.
Edit mesh, extrude.
because you learn something
Okay,
from
and
everything
then
you do.
just
If you do it right,
wait a
doesn't
minute.
mean you
Hit.
just sort of dismiss it.
Do I have to make it smaller?
I don't like
It'll
when
get
people
smaller
ignore
and you'll
things
push
that
it
they
out
wrong.
Technically
No, it's-
failure
using
is
the move
stepping
tool.
Even if you
And I would
didn't
move
do
it into
right.
this angle.
Yeah.
What do you
Even
mean?
if you didn't do it right.
In this
Try
camera, it's only going to
and
move
fix
in
it.
X and Z.
Fix
That
it.
one, it can move in X,
Learn
Y, and Z.
so that could
So
play
just,
Exactly.
um,
Exactly. How do I fix it? Learn from
So you
it.
pull it down and
Or
forward.
figure out how to get out of that.
Just make sure
Yeah.
you double check your selection.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks pretty good. Let's take a look at the UV after.
Wow, that's not looking too bright.
Oops, you left a piece
You
outside.
don't,
Let me
yes,
just,
I did.
Don't forget that guy.
Okay. Let's
You want anything that's
forward.
outside the 0 to 1 is not going to get an AO pass. Does that make sense?
Oh,
That
wow.
one little piece out there. is
This
gonna-
is the sexiest
Wait a
thing
minute.
I've ever seen.
Oh well, that's
Yep,
how
so
would I-
then it needs to be pushed over.
It's got a lot of nice curves.
It does.
Okay, that's
Oh,
not
boy.
too bad.
Okay.
I think you guys-
So it's starting to come back a little bit. Remember these steps?
This is why I don't like writing things down, because whether I write it or type it, it's just it eventually just dissolves into words that make no sense and mean nothing. So
Well, with practice, it'll actually start to help you remember things. It's only like that at the very beginning. So if you'd been doing that like all through your schooling, then you would actually remember things by doing that. Versus
Really?
when you're first starting to learn how to take notes and do that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
it doesn't sink in
I
right
do
away.
that.
That's pretty.
So it's not really a great time to
Yeah.
start learning it, but by the time you get out into the industry, whenever you're working with leads or something, they're going to expect you to take notes. That way you can remember things that need to be changed and
Yeah,
fixed
you
in
have the
3D.
old interface.
So
Yeah.
then how would I go about
Yeah.
this now?
So you
I have
remember when
to
we did the cut?
Understand why they did
Yep.
that
Mhm.
within the same.
So wouldn't it just be?
So you're going to use the multi-cut tool to do that, but make sure you don't have something selected, because if you have something like that face down there selected, it's only going to cut what's
Because I know where
selected.
the flip.
So then wouldn't it just make sense to select it as a whole?
You could do that, but when you click on the tool, if it goes back to face mode, just make sure you click out in space on face mode
Okay, so
to deselect stuff.
so
But again,
okay,
So select the
I like you
object.
guys to, like, poke around and
Okay.
see
Cool,
what-
so nothing's selected. So now you'll be able to cut, and you want to do this in the front view.
What does that
That way
mean?
you're following those
Yeah,
lines
that sounds like what I
completely.
need right now.
Exactly.
Look into that, so.
I'd probably do that
But
one.
this is good.
Majority of the time when I try to mess with tools, they're like,
But
Aaron,
on the
you can't do
inside,
that.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fine.
fine.
That's fine.
And now
I
it's
didn't know
selecting
until
that
you
bottom
Because I
tried.
didn't know how to
Okay,
use the
so-
bevel or the bridge tool. It turned out you had to
I'm
combine
going to
the
want
things, but I wouldn't have known
to
that.
Jump to your orthographic view for the face.
No, I mean before we
front?
got
I mean
I
right
was like,
here.
how do you do this? Looks exactly like what I need.
And then you're gonna
That's
cut
what you
along the
have
line?
to combine, yeah.
It's hard to see. You mean the black
This
line?
looks pretty
Yep.
good too. I like it.
Honestly,
I
though,
think you're doing a good job. Just watch that
And
flipping
it doesn't
thing.
look like
Okay.
it's
Oh
And
wait.
So try
for our
clicking.
class,
Whenever, like, you
what
have
we're
Well, it doesn't
trying
have
to
your
do is
object
just
selected
find
now,
out
get
so
all
it's
the
not going to cut
information, but
anything.
if, like, I had to go
what we're trying
How do I
to
go
do
about selecting the object
is
then?
get
to lecture the online.
Wouldn't I just
everything.
So yeah, in my
click
grad
on it?
school,
to 1 0 to 1
It might work.
because
Let's make
what
sure
we're
that
gonna do
face
is
isn't
generate
selected
a
anymore.
single,
So I clicked off in
AO
space
pass for it.
while in
But we're
face mode
setting
to
it up so that we
deselect
could-
How
that
do
one.
you do that? Do you
Okay.
have to
So do it
combine
like
it?
So does it have to be face mode in order for it to get cut?
You do have to
No, no, no.
Because,
We wanted to make sure we got rid of that face down there selected.
What happens is
Because if that face was still selected when we went into the tool, it would only cut what was there. So now we can click up here, and we'll go from there down to about here.
Okay.
And that'll actually cut all along there. And then you're going to delete the stuff off from there, fill the hole, and start taking care of the illegal
Combine it,
geometry.
it'll just make one no matter what.
Okay,
So
but if I
I was
combine it, that
thinking
means it
originally I
won't be
was
able
gonna
to
go and
be animated output,
That is
right?
correct.
So how do you get around
Keep the
that?
Well,
box.
then you separate it after.
We have a
Oh.
video on
Does that make
FSO
sense? After you
under
get
week
it.
2
Yep.
that
But in
shows
this
you
case,
step
we're
by
not
step.
going to be doing that.
No,
So we
we're
can
not
just
animating
combine.
anything.
I can combine things on this, and that's okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Let me pull up
I tried
FSO
keeping
and
things
show you
in
where
parts.
Oh yeah, no, you want them in parts as much as possible. In terms of trying to make an object move, we'd much rather go with a hierarchy solution than combine it. You know what I mean? That's a bad solution.
We did a
What
lot of cool
combining
stuff
is
in the
used
game
for
that nobody
is
appreciates
stuff like the
because
bridge
Hannah
tool,
Montana.
merging
Like,
vertices, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Walk
Yeah.
upstairs,
Not really
it's
for
not a
any just to move as
We
one.
actually animate the
People
walk
use that.
upstairs.
Yeah.
I have to combine.
No, no, it's a good one too.
Upstairs.
But for our purposes, we want everything to fit into one
Halfway up the
0
stairs,
to 1,
come
and
back
so that
down,
everything is
too.
on
Yeah, I'm
one.
looking for the video so I can tell you
But
exactly where
things
it
to
is.
It's
realize,
not something
those are
most video games
specific
will do.
parameters
It
for our
takes
class.
time to do.
Like you might be told you can have as many maps as you want, it doesn't make a difference. And truth be told, this material is different than this material.
Yeah.
This is a lightweight
No.
aluminum, and that's
Yeah,
plastic.
right.
So
If you walk-
those
if
would
you
be
walk
made of different
here from really
materials.
slowly
Not,
up a
this
ramp,
wouldn't be
you might
Lambert
be
for
able to
both
get
of
there
them.
Right.
This would be a
Picking
Fong
this
E,
up,
and that might be a
But if
balloon.
you run up it,
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So then that's the way you
But
would do
yeah,
that.
I've heard-
Each
But you
one
want
would
me
have
to
its own
combine
space.
them and then
But yes, please
Arrange
arrange
them.
them.
What
All of their
PDF
shells are
videos?
1 0 to 1 space.
I tried that one.
Treating it as both is made of one.
I don't need to read UVs or anything,
No.
do I?
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay.
I worked
Well, what the
on
heck
a
happened
They all
here?
fit at the same time.
So when I combine them all, they'll
This
just
is
pile on top of each other.
confusing.
No, when you combine them like this, I'll show you. You
I
grab these
see
two things
now.
and combine them, that's just going to
Well,
affect the way they move and
the guy
behave
from my grad school
physically.
who was
It
Okay.
doesn't do
I'm not in
anything.
this perspective. So what
program that I
happens
went to grad school
then
with.
Yeah, I'm not
with
sure
the
where the
UV
video is.
where they
I would
have
ask
you-
Steve.
Well,
Florida
So just ask him where you should go.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this is what I essentially have.
Okay.
I think I highlighted where the cut went right through the line.
Yeah, it looks like it.
But there are some really tiny faces as well as some really thin faces.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that to be expected, or was there
Yeah,
a
so,
mess
so
up?
there are times like that where it's going to be really hard to select those. So another way you can do it.
Okay, I think I feel a sneeze when I'll have to cover up.
Everything is made of
Totally
lumber,
cool. I appreciate
and they
that.
should be on the same space.
And that's how they're going to show up.
Alright,
So,
so
what you'll
looking
have to
for
do is take these
like
guys
that.
and move them to these open areas.
Okay.
And
So
once they're all
it's
in there,
along
then
this edge
And then
loop,
I'll
so we can
put
double
things
click on the
down.
edge,
Good.
Okay.
do edit,
Thank you.
and then
Don't forget
detach.
to delete history,
Okay, so now it's its own
history.
thing, correct?
It's its own thing, but Maya's still treating it like one. So we also need to tell it to separate it.
Okay, so-
And now we can just grab that part and delete it off. So now you have this one. So it's another way to do it.
Okay, and then so now this is where I'm going to go to. I have the object selected. I go to not edit mesh tools. I go to create.
Nope.
No, not create polygon. I think it's
So what are you trying to do? What's the what is the end goal?
Isn't it to just connect it?
And so one will be out, one will be in.
Yes,
one will be
but
out.
we're not using connect. We're using
And that will
target
look
level
like
because we're merging vertices.
Okay, but should I go here first and then
You can
hit
mesh tools target level.
okay.
Yeah.
So
So
this is
things
where I'm
like
going to
these
go.
two verts really close, those can be merged together.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. And you can basically work your way up. So all those tiny little faces, there's no
Okay.
need to have two there. So you can just merge those out.
Oh, okay. So then this is
Yep. And we'll just basically work your way up and over.
all right.
Yeah, that's not gonna help.
It's not letting you cut.
All right. So let me.
Take a look at my machine.
Do you still not have a mouse?
No.
Okay.
With the. Fine. You know.
All right, you ready?
Wait a minute. Did this even merge? There's
Doesn't
a
look like it.
Here,
second.
Maya. There you are.
Is it possible to just click on an object and hit?
So you can exit the tool, marquee select over that area, and hit F, because then you can focus in on it.
Right?
Okay, here we
This
go.
is your,
There.
All right.
Okay, so there's one that's in the center and it's not connected to anything.
Wait.
So
isn't-
with those,
can you just like
snap
highlight
it.
it? Oh, you snap it over.
Well, because you already have the tool. You could also select it. and
What about
delete.
this? This actually seems to be doing the same thing.
Yeah, so just snap that over. And this one, I would snap that one.
and
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So. Okay, I think I may have. Oh wait,
One
I
edge.
still have a couple more
Yeah,
to go.
I think there's one more down there towards the bottom.
Let me go
One
here
edge for the
and
out.
just. Let me just
one
kind
edge
of.
for the end.
Focus in on it.
Then
Yeah, focus in
you can
on it
take this one.
essentially. That's on. Oh wait.
Scale it
okay.
out. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
And then all you have to do
That doesn't work right.
is
Okay.
take another edge
Let's go back to
Stop it.
vertices.
and then put one
Go back
between
to
it.
there. Okay, so
That-
essentially, what I'm trying to do
Scale it
now
out. Does that make
is
sense? And it gives you
Okay.
the
But
illusion
yeah, I don't
of
usually work in the space. I have
that's
an
what's going
extra just because
blessing.
Does that make sense?
Blessing.
Now,
That
the
one I think
harder
you wanted
way
to keep.
do it
Oh, okay.
There's
So I
a
should just
harder
back.
way.
Because that one's
Harder
still
way to
part
do
of
that
the outside that you're
is to
seeing, so you don't want to get rid of it.
Okay.
So
a
now you're at the
coil.
stage where you want to fill that hole on the inside, and then
Now
you're going to start
this-
with the multi-cut.
So this is where I go in and hit edit mesh.
So you have to
mesh
select
tools.
the edge loop first, where the hole is.
Start with a helix,
So edge mode.
You mean
and what you end up having to do
edge
is
mode where?
Right click on the object,
stretch it
edge
out a
mode,
little
or
bit.
go into your thing over there and click on edges.
There's so much change going on.
Right here.
Down.
Correct.
So double click on the edge where the hole's at, that one. Exit the tool too, otherwise it's going to do some weird stuff.
Okay.
I'll show you.
Cool. So now edit mesh, or just the mesh, sorry.
Now I can go to mesh
And
and,
then
go to
fill
fill
hole.
hole.
Once you've done
Okay,
that,
that's where
then
it
you've
is.
gotta
And then you're going to go with the multi-cut tool and start cutting. So that's where I told you moving the torso out of the way is going to be really beneficial, because it'll make it a lot easier to work on.
So so I'm now moving across the face, which is perfect. Okay, and then
I did tell him about the video, but I wasn't sure where it was housed.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out is where we put that. 'Cause I don't
wait
know
a
where we
minute.
put that.
Whoa, what
Okay.
happened here? This
And you see what I did was I
is actually kind of. It looks
moved it
very
all
crooked.
inside,
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
and then what we end up doing
Let me see.
is
Yeah, you're going to be cutting from this one
like
to this one.
here
Wait, so from here
Yep.
to there. Oh wow.
to here.
Yeah, because that way you still have that center edge there.
So there's a little bit of
Okay, so I hit enter. That's very crooked to me. Oh no.
It's going to look crooked
Why
because of where
is
those
it-
vertices are.
So then with this one right here, like if you
Why can I never?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And then that center point
There
is
to
going to go up
there.
and then up the object. And it's going to meet at the center of the top.
Okay, so I'll just hit enter there, and then I'll just go back
I
around.
think we're
Wait a
good
minute,
there.
I think I want to connect it from
Then-
there
Yep.
up to about there,
Perfect.
and hit return once
Yep. And
more.
then the rest of those are going to connect straight across. So you'll want to frame in on that up there to make it easier to work on.
Okay, so let me just click that. Why
That
isn't it
there.
doing that? Alright. Okay, so from there to, I believe, there. Oh, perfect. Hit return. Click there. And go there.
Yeah, and then you don't have to do the next one because it's already quadded.
Okay, so then I'm essentially done then. Somewhat.
Yeah. Now you just need to cap the hole where the wrist is at. So pop in another end gun using fill hole.
So I'm gonna go
There's something
to
wrong. I don't remember what it is.
edge
But
and
what you do
click
then
there.
after that is
So let me just
basically
click around it
create
then.
the geometry
Just double click on it. It should select the whole thing.
that
If it
goes
doesn't, there
inside.
might be some end guns or
connect
something.
Oh wait,
things
I thought this
together.
already had a.
Oh yeah. You
But
already
like
did
I said,
that.
it's
Sorry.
sort of a,
So you're
I
gonna select that?
magically made that.
Right.
way to do it.
So you're gonna
So-
extrude it,
But
scale it
I'll
in
see if I
some.
can find the
Right.
video on it,
Edit
and I'll tell
mesh,
you where it is.
extrude.
And
And
the
if you,
scale tool
if
and
you,
just scale it to the
if
center.
you want to do it that way,
Right.
the coil
Okay,
for the
edit
helix
mesh,
is right here. You go to
extrude,
Extrude
create,
and then just push it in.
polygon primitives, and this is
Okay, and then
helix.
just-
Oh, this time you're
Does that
moving.
make sense?
Oh.
And that's how you make
Okay,
that
so
thing.
then I'm just gonna.
But what you end up having to do
So
is make
right now you have
adjustments
that double
to,
extrude on there. So you've
stuff
extruded
like
it
the
and it
width
has
of
that,
it.
but you need the extrude tool to move it that way.
radius,
So what you would do, no, go forward.
Right here.
Go one more.
the number of
So I want to show you when
subdivisions.
you have that, you don't necessarily have to Z back. What you can do is go to edit mesh and then use transform. Transform will allow you to move a face based off of the point it's
about this?
looking.
Let's take
So we
a
can
look
just
at
pull
this
that
as an
back.
option.
Okay.
But this
Okay,
is
so
also
you don't always
something
have to Z back.
And
let's say
then
we've
if I
got
want
this-
to, I could just.
we've got this.
Yeah,
Pull
you
it
move
up,
that
right?
to where you want it to be, and then you're going to either use
If
the
you look at
multi-cut
this
tool on
cylinder,
that, or you're going to poke.
It's got 20
Um,
edges around, right?
So, oh wow, this is a
So
very
what
oval
if I
shape,
made
but I guess I could live with
coil?
that.
Yeah, because it's going to have
Okay.
another shape shoved in there, so it's not really a big deal.
Let me go to
I'm gonna
edit
rotate
mesh
it
and
90
poke it all the way
degrees, so
down
it's coming
here.
down
And so there we go.
next
Um,
to my
Huh. So, wait a minute. What if I were to,
and I'm going to
if I were to select, oh look, I'm selecting faces. if I were to go here
Mm-hmm.
and
Adjust
click
the width.
on that, and then click on
And
this, if I
adjust the
hit
radius.
this, I could actually
Make it smaller or bigger. Yeah.
All right.
kind of close that up just a
I'm gonna
little
adjust
bit
the number
Mhm.
of divisions.
and hopes of.
Right.
Okay, so that
So that
actually looks
it's
like a
got-
really nice Lego arm.
There you go.
Okay, so essentially I just need to make the hand.
Yeah. You could round off the arm a little bit more too.
What do you
in the
mean?
elbow, so it's not so
So,
pokey.
see how
Okay,
Just
so-
dropping in like
edge on my
another edge
pole
and then moving
matches
some
up
of
with
it.
an edge on
Wait a
this?
minute, wouldn't it just be let me go to
Right.
hit
You
So
could try
insert-
beveling
tool
it,
could I
but
use there?
whenever you have an
Bring
elbow
those
like that,
together.
typically you want to have one
Your
edge
favorite
that's going
tool.
straight through the center, like you have.
Whoa, what is happening here?
Which one?
It's also following the shape changes that are cut in from the cuts you did.
So then how? Okay, let's hit the
Hello.
Z. Oh, let's hit Z. Wouldn't I go actually up here
So
instead?
what if you
So
took
what you
this
could
one
try
and
doing,
did
so
that
stop.
one,
So one option is taking.
and connect those
That's all right.
together,
Okay, I
right?
hit the wrong button.
And then all you would have to
All
do
right, so with that,
is
so
use
let's
your
focus in on it.
multi-cut
Let's
tool
hide everything else, and let's turn off
and
extra
try to
movements.
indent.
That's the thing.
Alright.
Oh, what
If you
happened
go up
there?
here because there's so much
It messed
in
up when
there,
selecting stuff.
you might end
Oh,
up
okay then.
needing to
There, so we have some extra edges in there. So we're just
That
gonna
in.
delete those.
fold it again.
Okay.
So,
Cut that in.
Okay, so everything else should be fine. So we can double click on this because it'll grab the entire area. And if we want a couple more edges there, we can use the bevel tool.
All right.
Oh,
to
hey,
drop in
cool.
a couple
That.
more increased segments.
And
And then
then
what we're going to do to round it off, because it should be sharper here.
connect this.
So we're going to
in.
take that, rotate this forward a little bit,
Go ahead and stick it all the way
pull
over
it back
here.
so it's not
Okay.
pinching.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the same thing with
That
this.
will
So
fix
this one's going to
the
rotate
quad
Give him
backwards.
a bicep there. So.
Yeah, and pull this out some.
Never
That way
seen-
it gets
that'll
wider here
actually
and
bring
thinner here.
Okay.
Okay? And that'll hold that
Does that make
tightness.
sense? So
Nice.
that's
And
another
that's
way you
pretty
can
much
do it.
exactly what we're
But like I said, I'm going to
Perfect.
look for the video
Awesome. Cool.
and see if I can
Okay.
find where we
And
did
I
that.
think
But
I
there's a harder way
should
to do it, but it looks
have.
better.
Now,
So you
how
gotta
would you go about
decide which way to
making
do
the
it.
middle piece
Where'd you go?
that holds the lathe?
That is going to
That
be
is if you go to
a
create
cylinder,
menu,
and then you're going to grab the face on the
polygons.
top, extrude, pull up, make it flat, and extrude it.
So essentially, the cylinder's like this, and then you just kind of pull from the sides.
You're going to pull from the
Does
top,
that make sense?
and then grab the faces on the sides there.
That's going to be that's like the
Oh,
medium
okay. So you're basically making the
part.
letter
The
T,
easiest
if you will.
way-
with the
Yeah,
cylinder.
we're making a T with a cylinder.
Okay. The
Okay.
easiest way is this.
Perfect.
Cool.
Right?
Thank you.
Next easiest
I'll
is
also
this.
take this
And third
out.
is
I'll leave this behind because I have receipts in there. Oh, actually, I forgot. I gotta give you that. Yeah. See? Yeah. Let me see. Where is his? No one took his pen, right? Oh, there's his pen.
We're gonna finish this process.
Finally, I got what I wanted. So to record the session and do so successfully. Which again benefits me in more ways than one. And with that, now out of the picture, I will conclude this session and save it. So let's go to